I've been blessed because during my business career, I got a chance to travel to many nations and to see many different things. And besides that, I was blessed by the fact that we had enough financial means to see many things here in the United States and adjoining countries. And no matter where I've been, there's always somebody that's been there as well and knows what it looks like and has seen the things that I've seen. But there's very little recording about someone going to heaven and then coming back and reporting about it. As a matter of fact, the only one I can think of right now is his actual first-hand report was John when he was taken from the island of Patmos. What a recording that is. Revelation chapter 21, verses 1 through 5. Then I saw a new heaven, a new earth. For the heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. And I saw a holy city, a new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, made ready as a bride, adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is among men, and he will dwell among them, and they shall be his people. God himself will be among them, and he will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will no longer be any death, and no longer be any mourning or crying or pain, for these things will have passed away. And he who sits on the throne said, Behold, I am making all things new. And he said, Write, for these words are faithful and true. Incredible, isn't it? We received a phone call this morning about our good friend and the pastor of several years of our lives, Gene Henson, missionary to Brazil, a pastor of a small church in Lake Park, a pastor of a church in Hendersonville, and others as well. He went to sleep and woke up in heaven, a wonderful place. Here it's described in verse 2 as a bride adorned for her husband. Now, if you're married and you're a male, you know exactly what that means. You see, most of us have turned around in a church to hear the wedding march and everyone stand, and the bride comes in and her hair is just so. She has a beautiful dress on. Her makeup is just so. And she's as beautiful as you've ever seen her, as a bride adorned for her husband. That's the way heaven's going to be. Just like a bride adorned for her husband, so beautiful. You say, well, Pastor, there doesn't seem to be a lot of real good descriptions about heaven. Will it have mountains like there are in Japan? Will there be beautiful seas like in the Caribbean? Well, I don't know, but I do know this. Isaiah 65:17 says it's going to be so wonderful that we won't even compare it with this earth. Let me say that again for you. So wonderful that we won't even compare it with this earth. But that's just part of it, is the beauty of the place. Think about the fellowship of the place. God himself will be with us. Now, I was envious this morning of Gene Henson being able to go and speak to Jesus firsthand. But there's coming a day when we're all going to have God right there with us, dwelling amongst us. And it says not only about the beauty of the place and the person of the place, but think about the peace and the comfort of the place. He'll wipe away every tear from their eye. No more death, no more mourning, no more crying, no more pain. Those things will have all passed away. Yes, we received an email as well from a friend in Florida. Her father had passed. He'd been sick for a long time and hadn't really had a real good quality of life for a number of years, even before we came up here. Nevertheless, I know she's going to miss him. But he too knew Jesus Christ as Savior, and he too will be in that beautiful place. You say, well, how do you know it's true, Pastor? Well, I know my God doesn't lie. And in verse 5 it says, and he who sits on the throne said, Behold, I am making all things new. And he said, Write, for these words are faithful and true. That's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a great day.